Oh, that's a Boddington's Pub Ale.
That's
look at that. Watch
Fine
that.
sound. Ooh.
Oh, the nitrogen capsule just burst. Watch it, and then you got to watch the cascading action.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. That's a beautiful beer.
It's a fast pour, though, man. You're getting bubbles.
Yeah.
You
It's
just
okay.
get a lot of
Let it
bubbles
settle.
with that.
Yeah,
You just gotta let it.
You just let it go,
just
baby.
let it
Now,
cream.
yeah, watch that. Watch that.
The head's going to curl right
look
over
at that.
the rim.
Now treat it like a lady.
Oh,
Just
look
treat
at
it
that.
like a lady.
There you go, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
you got some on your hand.
Oh, you got some on your hand.
There you
Oh, wait.
go. Can I lick that off? Oh.
That's a fantastic.
Excellent.
Ah, that's
That is
so
the best
good.
way to start a motorcycle podcast.
Oh, my God.
Good evening, guys.
So tonight we're going to give you a zombie cast. It's not quite live.
They're all zombie casts.
Yeah, we're at Red River Gorge. We're in beautiful, scenic Kentucky, USA.
You'll notice by the audio quality that we are on the portable R2 unit.
Right, we're on the R2 unit tonight. Tonight we're calling this the Spring Thaw, brought to you by the folks from Rust Revival and Do the Ton. They've managed to organize a series of cabins, a lodge that none of us are fit to be in. This is the nicest accommodations I've ever had at a motorcycle rally, even though I'm sleeping on the floor.
Much better than the hostel.
Much better than the hostel.
The hostel.
Okay, so
I just want to mention everybody in attendance here.
Well, I'm going to do
in case I didn't say it earlier. Make sure you speak up. You'll notice Phil and I are talking. We're kind of loud talking.
Right. Do the loud.
Just want to
talk.
make sure everyone's picked up by the mic.
And I'm going to start. I'm Phil Waters, as usual, your humble narrator. And we're going to start to my left. Everybody sound off with your name.
My name is Rich.
Rich, where are you from, Rich?
Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Kalamazoo. What are you riding today?
A Virago Strosity.
That Virago. Okay, Rich, we're going to do introductions. We're going to come back to you. All right,
We definitely are.
It's a Virago. I'm not going anywhere.
Keith Osborne. I hail from Indianapolis.
What are you riding today, Keith?
CB 550 that's always looking at you.
It is always. He's got moon eyes on both sides of the tank. Yeah.
No matter which way you go, it's always looking at you.
Yeah, next.
And I'm Flug. I'm from South Carolina. And,
What are you riding, Fluke?
I got a CL 450.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
That do the ton bill.
Nixon.
Yeah, Nixon. Yeah, do the
Very
ton.
nice.
Do the ton.
Legendary.
Real quick backstory on that bike. Flug, he got in an accident last year. He crashed Nixon version 1.0. Broke his collarbone, so he actually couldn't make the ride last year. But as a champ and just being a good part of the forum and the group, he came out anyway. Organized the whole thing, really. And later that year at Barber's, a bunch of the Do the Tunner guys got together and they helped build him a bike.
Fantastic.
Yes, great guys.
And of course, it gets around to me. I'm Dustin. I'm your engineer that's here every podcast, and I'm on CB1 1989.
The CB1 in red.
In red,
Right.
Yep, Italian red, Japanese market only.
Did it come in any other colors?
Yeah, blue and black.
In America, you only got blue.
Yeah, in America, we only got blue. Everywhere else, you get blue, black, and red.
Interesting.
Japanese market was red only.
Next contestant.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, make
I'm
sure you speak up.
Yeah, I'm E from North Carolina, and I've got a CB 750.
Excellent. Next.
Shane.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, Shane.
Come on, you're a regular.
down.
I snuck right in.
He line jumped.
Yeah.
Good.
Eric, Fairmount, Illinois, on a CB 360.
Excellent.
With a very fiery engine.
And the coolest coil mounts in the parking lot. No question about it.
Shane, CB350 72, I think.
Yeah, most of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, most of it. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Shane. He's a regular. Aaron, did you say where you're from?
Yeah.
Where are you from, Eric?
Fairmount, Illinois.
Okay. Sorry, I missed that.
Mike Catalano from Lake Orion, Michigan, riding a 1978 Yamaha XS11.
Excellent. And then I saw Chris slid in. Chris, introduce yourself. I know you're so quiet all the time. But...
Hi, Chris. VF 700 Interceptor, 85 mile.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Chris?
North Carolina.
With a very pimp seat,
Excellent.
might I add.
And Sarah just slid in with the dog.
Sam.
Sam, sorry. Yeah. And the dog's name is?
Oliver.
Oliver.
Oliver, what are you riding?
I love you, and I shall name you Oliver. And Sam was riding on the back of the CB today, and a lot of the roads were kind of wet. You know, we've had miscellaneous weather. We've had kind of every different kind of weather. And
your skunk stripe will not.
Her skunk stripe
right?
will not go
Seriously,
Live on.
cafe racers are not known for their roof fenders, but she did have a perfect stripe of road up her ass from like the bottom of her butt to the top of her shoulders. So it might be something to consider when you're building your bike. We all know that bob fenders look really, really cool, but life does rain every once in a while.
Will my wife be riding on the bike with me?
My wife be riding on the back.
Eventually, you end up at a rally, and it's going to rain, and you're going to want to ride anyway.
Yeah.
So
that was pretty epic.
You might want to think about that. Fender.
That was cool. Yeah. So let's go back to your bike, the Virago.
It hasn't gone anywhere, so.
Yeah, exactly. we would have known. We would have heard the starter.
Yes.
The starter sounds like a skeleton jerking off in a coffee can. Fucking thing. And it never
Gotta leave it to Phil.
What is your record on unsuccessful starting attempts?
Like as far as time frame?
Yeah, like how long have you tried to use that starter before like eventually resorting to just pushing it?
3 months.
3 months.
I think just about that. It's funny because it doesn't look like a Virago, but anybody within earshot, which is pretty far, who has ever been around a Virago in perfect running order knows exactly what's going on.
Knows the sound.
As soon as I push the button.
That fucking bike makes such a cacophony of noise.
On and off.
When he came in last night, we were absolutely certain somebody was coming in on one cylinder
and then crashed.
And
every time he shuts the bike off,
it was just riding. Boom! Yeah, right. It has the Uncle Buck. Yeah. It like waits for several seconds after it's done. Boom! Fucking awesome. Now that bike is great. Now with that, you got a Sabre gas tank on there, right? Is that what I was seeing?
It's from a 900F.
A 900F. So
just about.
Yeah. So you have a very large reservoir of fuel.
You would think.
You'd think so, right? It's big.
Fuel, yeah. Well, there's also a huge flat slide carb on the side.
Oh, okay. Well,
which is not particularly well jetted right now.
So really, you're just dropping gasoline from the gas tank and hoping some of it goes into the carburetor.
That's kind of
as the air goes past. It's pretty good.
Well, as you described earlier, you had a kind of a hillbilly engineered intake.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw that thing. It's welded in different angles. And
is this where I plug the manufacturer of the intake?
Go right ahead. Please do.
You can buy from CC Works. There's a guy who makes this intake, and it is the cumulative effort of a number of different PVC and then copper brazed together prototypes.
So they brazed copper to PVC at some point.
Well, it works that way.
If they could have. Yeah.
And that's about
genius.
It does dump gasoline into the engine, which eventually
makes fire.
It does a lot of it after the bike turns off.
After the bike turns off, yeah. It's one of those things that it's a motorcycle. Now, where did you ride from?
Michigan, from Kalamazoo.
You rode that bike from Kalamazoo.
So I took that thing for 480 miles all the way down here with no problems, aside from irritating everybody between Kalamazoo and when we got here.
So make sure you speak up when you talk.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I cannot describe. I can't do it justice. Okay, but it does look like something the Borg built. I mean, it really.
I love it.
Right. It looks like a reverse salvage operation kind of fucking thing, But to know that it made it from Kalamazoo to here is an absolute fucking testament to your ability to make that motorcycle run. Because it doesn't look like it should be anything other than like a steampunk art piece. It should be in the corner of a bar trying to look mean and scary to people. It does.
I will grudgingly accept what I think is a compliment.
There's an absolute compliment in there.
That's an amazing compliment.
Yeah.
Rich rode down... Ryan and I rode down from the east side of Michigan. Rich rode down from the west side of Michigan.
Yeah.
And we met up in Lima, Ohio.
Lima. Like the bean.
I'll call it what I want. And due to the fact that he's got a giant Edelbrock flat slide carb, he doesn't get the greatest gas mileage. So we stopped at numerous gas stations, and every time someone would come out and look, I'm riding the Yamaha. Ryan, who rode with us, is on the new Kawasaki Concourse Enterprise.
Yes. Yeah, the Starship Enterprise.
Yes.
And then Rich is on the Virago. And everywhere we stopped, somebody would come out and look at his bike.
Right.
And be entranced until he started it. And then they would cower and go back into the service station.
Yeah. I think that his bike is, to people who like motorcycles and people who like motors and general engineering in general, his bike is like an eye trap. It's like one of those MC Escher prints where you look at it and you're just like, your eyes just dancing all over it because you see a Honda gas tank and you see a V-twin cruiser motorcycle hiding underneath it. and there's just the shaft drive thing is very organic, and it looks like what it is. It looks like this is a motorcycle. And now a lot of people I've noticed that, and we've all seen people that tour on motorcycles. They tend to put their luggage behind them, right? There's a thing like the racks seem to always be on the backs of the motorcycles.
I prefer to look forward.
You did. And the interesting thing is that everything he owns was actually on top of that giant 900cc gas tank.
That's correct.
It was, the best I can say is that you probably had no problem just putting your weight on that.
If I set my hand down,
right,
then I can.
You could have chin rest. Yeah. Fantastic.
That's how I rode through Cincinnati. Like a musketeer.
The absolute luggage. The luggage is in front of you, and it makes perfect sense because your body's going to be there anyway with the wind. Mm-hmm. So you might as well put some shit in front of you to block the wind, and you're going to be having a wind space there anyway.
No, found it.
Fucking awesome when you rolled in.
Well, there's nothing behind them. So.
There's nothing behind them at all.
Yeah.
No, there's a tire.
There's only barely a seat.
There's barely a seat on the motorcycle.
There's definitely no rear fender.
Now. There's no rear fender,
I do have plans to produce some fiberglass Virago fenders for the 3 people in the world who are trying to.
They're trying to do that?
Viragos like
Nice.
idiots.
No milk jugs?
No milk jugs.
No milk jugs.
No, not this time around.
Stop knocking the milk jugs.
I heard that worked out pretty good for you, though.
It was fantastic. Why they're mocking me, amongst other reasons, is that in October of last year I rode down from Michigan to Alabama. And while it wasn't unseasonably cold for October, you do end up going through the mountains. And what I found out is that no matter how many pairs of gloves I could wear and still operate a motorcycle, my hands were freezing.
Did you look like Danny DeVito's penguin?
Oh, my flippers, and I'm trying to work the throttle. You can't do the clutch at all. So I stopped at a service station. I bought 2 milk jugs full of water. I drank some water. I dumped the rest out. Cut the milk jugs in half, and then made brush cutter handguards out of the half of a milk jug.
Dude, that's genius.
I bungee corded.
That is genius.
Bungee corded them to the handlebars and rode the rest of the way to Alabama that way. It was fantastic.
That is brilliant.
And that's perfect. That's exactly what this podcast is all about. I mean, that is fucking brilliant.
I have a problem. Now I'm going to fix it.
Exactly. Yeah. My hands are cold. Let's think.
Yeah.
Right.
I couldn't set them on fire.
That's impractical.
It kept going on. I was moving really quickly.
Now, and no matter how cold it is,
for God's sake,
that is a brilliant feat of hillbilly engineering.
Yeah, and when you're riding a motorcycle, you always reach the cold. You reach left hand down. You hold the cylinder head for a while until your gloves start making bad smells, and then you change hands and you go to the other hand and hold your hand there until.
But
it's
you always
baked.
slow down when you let
You
go
always
of the
slow down when you
throttle.
let go of the throttle. No, I reach across. The left hand throttle it.
Ooh.
Yeah, if I do that, I fall down.
You know you have to think
I
a
just
lot.
crash
You think a lot. Just remember to push.
Yeah, I would
don't
just fall.
Yeah.
I took the spring off my carbs. That solved that.
Oh, you took the spring off. Cruise control, baby.
There's 30 bikes out here in the parking lot right now, and I'm not exaggerating. And probably half of them have some kind of a little throttle lock or a wrist rest or something like that. Yeah, all these things cost money. Taking the springs out of your carbs is absolutely free.
Hey, and you get a free spring out of it.
Hey, it sheds weight.
I could use this somewhere else.
That's right. I could drill some speed holes, or I could just take off essential parts.
Right.
I already took mine off for my rear sets.
And the brilliant thing
Well,
is,
yeah, I used that exact same carb spring for the return spring on my 750s rear set for the brake.
Right. So there you go. See?
Yeah.
And you got free cruise control. People be paying top money for cruise control.
Yeah.
That's an expensive option.
Well,
he got his for free and got a free spring in the deal.
Yeah. I left the spring on the carbs. I had an extra one.
Oh, well, there you go. But you don't have cruise control on your bike.
I don't, but I'm thinking about it now.
Exactly.
Efren he's given me an idea.
So, we often talk about rallies and stuff and how there's all kinds of just a menagerie of horseshit that goes on here.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to tell you that right now in the dining area, Jen is giving haircuts. And now she didn't give a haircut. I've seen 4 or 5 people got haircuts tonight.
There's people lined up.
Right.
She has a docket. For
She's
tonight.
running a salon. Oh, wait, here comes Holy crap.
Wow.
Jesus
Look at Logan.
Christ, you got it. Logan got a haircut.
I look good and I feel great.
And you smell
look
good,
fantastic.
too. Oh, Logan's got a bowl in his... Nice. That's brilliant. Logan, you look really good, man.
Sit down and join this podcast, damn you.
There's a picture now of Logan with a bowl on his head, and this is perpetuating an ongoing theme with Logan.
He likes bulls.
Well, no, of him getting pictures taken with stuff on his head at these rallies.
Oh, I got stuff to put on his head. That's
It
for
was
sure.
a towel at Barbie.
Right, because he passed out at the last rally we had, the one in
From
Alabama
exhaustion,
in October.
you know. Just
Yeah,
sheer exhaustion.
Sure, of course.
And so, of course, because Logan has dark hair and a beard, we wrapped a towel around his head like a turban and took incriminating terrorist photos of him.
And now I can't fly on an airplane. Thanks, guys.
That your wife flies. Your wife's a pilot. You can't go on the airplane. So, Logan, where are you from?
Yeah, Logan, introduce yourself, where you're from, and what you're riding.
Logan Miller, London, Kentucky, Deep Woods. And this weekend I'm riding a Triumph Thruxton.
That Thruxton is like brand new, isn't it? That thing.
It is, yeah.
It still smells new. Yeah.
We also
a little dirty now.
It doesn't look new.
we should add that Logan actually organized this event.
Yes.
And him and his wonderful wife.
Yeah, they did such
Amanda.
a great job. They did, and we've gotten here. The accommodation's been way better than we hoped for. The food has been fantastic. This is the kind of thing that if you have a group of people in your neighborhood, we know that there are nests of cafe racers or nests of motorcycle riders all over America. You need to get together, and somebody needs to take the fucking initiative to do this, because it has been a hoot and a fucking half. This road today, getting on 77, I went through a tunnel that was bored through a fucking mountain that was slightly wider than my handlebars.
It was built for a half-scale railroad.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
See, you read the sign.
We did.
I just saw the one.
stopped.
I just saw the one about bears and kept going.
Shane and I stopped and read the sign.
I just revved through the tunnel and I didn't care about anything.
We got in that tunnel and we all turned into 7-year-old children.
The second we hit the fucking tunnel, everyone's revving their bike to red line.
Oh my
Well, not only that,
god!
but everybody's flipping their brights on,
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
to realize there's no difference. I
Yeah.
swear that tunnel
Yeah.
just
That-
absorbs light.
I was
Yeah.
sure that
Yeah.
I was sure that my headlight was broken.
I came out of the tunnel younger than I was when I went in.
Yeah.
I saw a Sasquatch in that tunnel. And Steve Austin was chasing him.
It was
It's just funny that the answer to going into a completely black tunnel that you can barely get the proximity of the
Right.
person in front of you, like I had better go fast.
I must go faster.
I better hurry up and get out of here.
This is the perfect place to do
running down the
wheelies.
walls. Too.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
amazing.
stupidest thing I've done all weekend.
But boy, it was
No
fun. I did it
question.
3 times.
I say that I did again and again.
Yeah, I kept doing it over and over and over again. Oh wait, where are we going? We're passing the Sierra Nevada Pale India Pale Ale.
you're leaking water.
Oh, you're dripping it on Dustin's crotch.
Oh,
Yeah, hold on.
He doesn't mind.
Oh, drip harder.
But what a
theme of the weekend.
testament to the road that only a couple people actually
The theme of the weekend, drip
to
harder.
look at this stuff. There's a
The road is so good. The road is fantastic. What was it, 37 miles or so for the loop?
50.
50 miles? Whatever the fuck it is, I don't care.
It doesn't
It is
feel like it.
awesome. It goes by in a flash. Every turn is perfect.
I don't know where that cap went.
Yeah, it went far. That cap
flipped
launched.
over the edge.
Good.
But
Hey,
that
Amanda.
road is brilliant.
Thank you for cooking everything
Oh,
tonight.
Oh, thank you,
Amanda, join us for the podcast.
Yeah.
I got to make breakfast for y'all for
Oh,
Get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
wow.
All right, the voice you hear in the background is Amanda, and she is the hostess with the fucking mostest.
Yeah. Yeah, here for Amanda.
She has fed and watered us and made us felt so welcome,
Yes,
and we
and moreover,
absolutely
tolerated
appreciate you,
us.
Amanda. Thank you
She
so
brought
much.
me a sleeping bag. Come on. Who's going to donate a sleeping bag
Well,
to
like
me?
I told a couple of guys, like, if you want to thank anybody for the entire weekend, thank Amanda, because I was this dumbass online, was like, hey, y'all want to get together and ride some motorcycles? in
You
the
were writing
Gorge?"
checks she was cashing?
Yeah, basically. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. And she's like, oh, okay.
Amanda,
And then
can you
she
help
finds
me?
the cabin. She cooks all the food.
She did.
I mean, she did all of the legwork.
What else are
and
you going
like,
to do with 20 days off a month?
so,
Brought to you by the Safe and
I have
Friendly
4 kids. You
Skies.
can come over anytime.
I would be completely remiss if you're listening to this podcast. You like motorcycles. If you like motorcycles, you like motorcycle T-shirts.
Yes.
Logan does Rust Revival.
Excellent
Yes.
Do
stuff.
excellent,
Yeah,
excellent
excellent
motorcycle
stuff.
T-shirts.
And we did mention that at the beginning of the podcast that this
Right,
is the
Rust
Rust
Rev,
Revival
that's
Spring Thaw.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
yep.
And
Yeah.
definitely check out Rust Revival and buy some awesome freaking
motorcycle
vintage motorcycle cafe racer gear.
Buy some shirts and we can have some more get-togethers.
That's exactly right.
That's the entire point of the shirts.
And hey, every one of you listening to this
Can you buy
that
them
is in
online?
the continental
Absolutely.
United States can join us anytime.
And I guess that's kind of the idea. Is the reason we're all here today is because
I have an extra chair.
because we all mutually,
Chris, do you want to
absolutely, positively hate
wanna
everything
share?
else in life. Yeah, everything else in life really, really sucks except for doing what we're doing right now.
You want to share
And what we're doing right now is pretty awesome. Pretty fucking amazing. What are you doing?
Monday,
now people are trying to give up chairs.
Are you making a lambic?
All right.
What are you doing?
I'm being courteous.
What are you fucking drinking?
Why, look, I have 2 hands.
Look at this.
Hey, shoot.
I have 2 beers.
I'm drinking 2 microbrews.
We've got a new guy here. We've got Justin. Justin,
Justin,
sound off.
Explain
Where
yourself.
Where are you
explain
from?
yourself.
Where are you from, and what are you riding?
Frederick, Maryland on a FCR 400.
Yes.
1990 FCR 400.
That is a sweet sounding FCR.
The highest
Yeah, and that is Justin
machine I've
Shoup.
ever heard.
That
It
thing
is-
sounds awesome.
I was very disappointed today to find out that Dustin's CB1 is actually faster than my FCR.
Yeah, but your bike sounds way better.
I was very disappointed when I rode your bike that I was like, oh man, that CB1's a lot faster than this.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Dustin always says.
Pained me.
Dustin says that the CB1 sounds like angels fucking. Your bike sounds like angels
being raped.
Just oh my god, yeah.
I do enjoy a good angel rape.
It fucking sounds great.
No, the pipe on your bike, we need to find one for that CB1.
Holy crap, that thing sounds good.
That thing sounds amazing.
That's right here. The
I know where you can find
404
one.
opened up all the way.
Yeah, that's
the
happening right
550?
there.
The 550.
The 550 opened
screaming
up.
by
Well,
everybody. It was like an orchestra.
Saw you one.
That bike does have a little help. It is punched out to a 605, and those stacks, honestly, those velocity stacks,
It sounds really good
it
too.
really gives
Yeah.
it a nice deep throat.
Take it off the side.
But you know,
I do enjoy a deep throat as well.
Yeah,
That's one thing
They don't
Japanese
work so
know
well
about is a nice
Yeah,
deep throat.
They don't work so well when it's wet out. And
That's a
as we
Bukaki
saw-
550, right?
Yeah.
That's a Bukaki 550.
A Bukaki, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Bukaki 550.
sprays everywhere.
I was riding by him, and I'm on the 350 with the megaphone, whatever.
No, half exhaust. Those are
They
called
have-
half pipes.
half pipes. I got half pipes.
They're half
I was
pipes.
too cheap to buy a 2-into-1, and I was too cheap to buy any other exhaust.
So he did the math and he just cut 2 pipes in half.
Yeah, I just cut the pipes in half.
Seems legit.
And
And put baffles in though.
there's baffles in there. It doesn't do any good.
There's kind of baffles.
It gives some back pressure. That's all it does.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to my droning noise, but when he passes me, he's in front of me. All of a sudden, everything changed. It became this phasing
got a
noise going in my head, and I tried to.
Did you
keep
poop
this.
yourself? Did you get the brown note?
I kept trying to like match his RPM range, and because it was screwing with my head. I'm like,
There's not enough gold bond for that one.
I was doing that behind him on the CB1. And as a musician and audio engineer, you know, I'm all about tuning and I'm just adjusting my throttle to bring our exhaust notes into tune.
yeah.
And I'm like, and he would go, and I'm like, all right, yep, okay, we're in tune.
Nerd.
And then he would change throttle. I'm like, oh damn, we're out. You know, it sounds like when you're tuning a guitar and you hear the strings are out of tune. I'm like, oh no, gotta adjust that.
Yeah, you do that up until you ran into the back
I
of
was
him.
going to say.
I almost did hit the back of
So
him.
now you had a brown trousers moment today.
I did.
Yeah.
It was a hairpin, big hairpin turn.
Oh, is that the tunnel when you and I were out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big hairpin turn. There was a bit too much water.
Well, it was my fault because I was in front and I came in hot, and I just was like,
And
"Oh,
I was
shit."
coming in hot behind shit.
Now wait a second. Now I would say he was in front of you.
Yeah.
So if the CB350 makes it through, ouch, you should damn well be able to make it through.
Well, I was coming in super hot behind him.
and he's
then,
a big guy on a CB350, and you're a little guy on a CB1. You should be able
I'm
to make
20
it through.
pounds less than him.
So you're coming.
But I was coming in super hot behind him and realizing like he's slowing down. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, all right,
Got in hot, pigeon.
I'm coming in lukewarm and flaccid. Hold on, honey.
So it was
Smack you with it.
basically it was a combination of a little too much water, a little too much rear brake,
Wait a second.
and a little too much
water,
speed.
a little too much rear brake.
It sounds like a recipe.
Add a dash of salt
and then you have cupcakes.
and shake vigorously.
Yeah. And then you,
So
I heard-
how far do you think you slid? Like legitimately, how far do you think you slid?
Not far at all.
Not very far at all.
no,
Yeah.
the rear tire let go on me. I stabbed the front brake and got the bike upright.
Yeah.
And fortunately, there was no cars coming in the other lane,
Yeah.
which I checked first.
Sure.
right before I laid it down.
Whether or not they're there, that's where I'm going to be.
Well, all I heard, I got down to the end of the corner because I had committed and I was going way too fast. I'm like, fuck it, I'm committed. If I fall, I'm just going to slide.
Right.
Whatever. Because I took the class on how to dump your motorcycle.
I know how to properly
There's a
fall
legitimate
down.
class to how to dump your
Yeah,
bike.
we'll get into that.
We'll get into that later.
Right after this.
$25
Yeah.
in the parking lot.
I'll get into I'll get into that conversation that I had.
I do wheelie school.
Bring your own bike.
It wasn't too bad. I mean, I righted the bike. I got it straight. And
I just got through the corner.
it was a
All
mild
I heard
pucker
was,
moment.
And I look over my right shoulder because the hairpin's behind me now, and I'm looking up the hill, and I don't see
And
him.
I'm gone.
I'm like, shit!
Because I was
I turn
laying
around.
next to him.
He's pulling up next to me. I'm like, oh, he's
You're
in
not
the other
supposed to be
lane.
there.
Yeah, I definitely crossed the center line on that one.
Who else had a?
Jordan had a real. Like,
Jordan. I've
rough,
heard
like-
Jordan kind of went
Oh,
sideways.
yeah.
I thought he shit himself, like literally, like pooped himself because I'm riding behind him and big, just big, like, comfortable sweeper, but you
Comfortable sweeper.
You could see the rainbow of oil spread
Oh,
across.
shit.
That would be the Virago.
And so
No oil.
he made it fine, but Jordan goes through his, I see this rainbow of oil as he's going through it, and the back end of his bike kicks 6 feet out.
What?
I mean,
you shitting me?
Literally just
It's
goes-
only a 4-foot bike.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally how far
The swing arm stretch.
stretch. I mean, it's crazy.
It's a Hayabusa now.
So he forces into the other lane, comes to a complete stop into oncoming traffic, and just sits in oncoming traffic,
And then
trying to figure out whether or not he had shit himself.
You kind of need to preface this bike a little bit. It's a
Now was
CB350.
right.
I'm not.
So wait, now this motorcycle, I thought it was a CL. It's a 3LT.
CL350.
It's a
On
CB
knobby
all
tires.
Okay, and it's on knobby tires.
Yes.
Why?
Get out of it, you're like,
Because
It's an adventure bike.
Oh, that's right. It's an adventure bike. I forgot. It's an adventure bike.
Which
that's right,
It
it's a
did
scrambler.
climb. If you guys didn't know, it did climb.
It
the
did
hill.
climb this?
I piloted.
No problem.
Good
he did.
job.
I have video.
Holy
Up and
shit!
down both.
We have
You
3.
did that?
A successful
he
hill
did it.
climb.
I missed that. I was
We-
pushing for
We
it
have
the
it
whole
on video.
weekend.
We have
Three
3.
different
We have
shots of
3
it.
camera angles.
No helmet, no gear. I'm
Yeah,
like,
of
course
fuck
not.
it, I've got
You had
this.
gloves.
We have 3 camera angles of it.
I did
And we're going to Dropbox them to each other, and I'm going to do an edit of all 3 camera angles
Fantastic.
of him
The
doing
Evil
the
Knievel
hill
circle
climb.
all the way.
He
did.
Tied up, and that was it.
The important question is, did you ask somebody before you attempted this to hold your beer?
Right. Hey y'all.
And
just follow that
definitely
by, hey, watch this.
Watch this, guys.
As exciting as we
That's
all
fucking
thought it
awesome.
would be, when you watch the video, you're kind of like, oh,
You're
yeah,
like,
it's a
that
dude
look,
riding
he,
up a little
no,
hill.
he made that shit look
You made it up
easy.
the hill, yeah.
Well, the problem is I wasn't going to even try to walk up that fucking hill. Yeah. Right? 'Cause, I mean, I was looking at
No,
it.
he
and-
made it look fucking
right.
easy.
And I looked at that hill. I was
was
like,
easy.
that's a steep hill. And that's good. Well done, man. Way to go.
Let's do it right. Why don't you ride up these stairs?
Right. Yeah. There you
Okay.
go.
I can make
Does anybody
that
got
Give it
KLR?
a try.
easy.
Yeah.
He just pulled a
Yeah,
loud
KLR
stop back.
up the stairs.
That's fantastic. So yeah, so he nearly ate shit on the CL350 on an oil slick, huh? Wow.
I just got attacked by a bug. My apologies.
What the hell kind of bug was that?
I don't know. It tried
Kentucky
to fly in my
wombat.
mouth.
I didn't know you
didn't
could move that
enjoy
fast. You really?
It's a horse bat.
Wow, man. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. That was Mothra. Way to go. That is
And you can tell you it's the
fantastic.
hardest motorcycle
Baby Godzilla
rally there
running
ever
from
was.
fucking
Something
Mothra.
that's like terrorizing 6.
Yeah, we're all like,
Oh, we were talking about, what was it? Somebody said earlier, it was like, yeah, you can tell we're a fucking hard bunch of bikers. We come back from the ride and we're talking about zombies. Oh, come on, man. We were doing nothing. Like most biker rallies, at the end of the rally, everybody's sitting around and they're legitimately like raping a small goat or sacrificing an animal or burning a Japanese motorcycle in effigy. And we come back and we're eating awesome food talking about zombies. Wait, they were talking about zombie flies.
Wait,
They were
and zombie fish.
Zombie mosquitoes and zombie fish. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, it's a zombie. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I put a Larry Niven book down at the table while I was waiting for Mike and Ryan to meet me in Lima. And Mike walks up and he's like, yeah, the Dream Park books, man, those are pretty good. And like, this is going to be good.
This is going to be a nerdy weekend, man.
You were sleeping.
This is seriously get the nerd on. Yeah. I thought we were doing a podcast. Who's passing around a goddamn video phone?
I'm letting her watch the hill
We're
climb.
watching the
We're
hill
watching the hill climb.
Yeah.
I had to see
This
it.
is
Wow.
fantastic pod.
This is
Watching
so
a
fucking-
video as, like, we're
This is
supposed
so
to be talking
fucking
about
meta.
that.
It's insane.
You guys listening could only see how awesome this video was.
Right. Yeah, if you guys, in podcast land, imagine a bunch of douchebags sitting around a little small silver box, and one of them's holding a video phone, looking at it, going, "Oh, this is fucking awesome." This is
They're
great."
watching his hill climb. That was epic.
Oh, that's great.
Actually,
Yeah,
they're
sure.
watching the
You
video
know what?
thinking,
Sure, that's good
"Man, he
radio."
climbed
Yeah,
the
the listeners at home fucking love that shit.
That was actually I just watched the video.
Why don't
That
you
was
see
actually
the video?
fantastic,
Click the play
but the
button
problem
around
was
the time mark.
Well, and
there
now
was
that
nothing exciting about it.
we don't do that.
No,
George,
it does not look
It was
exciting.
wide open throttle, and it was like, I'm gonna try.
now the point is, there's a
That was
challenge
it.
for Dustin to make sure that he posts that video on the blog.
No, that will go on the blog.
I
Very
think
good.
the challenge for Dustin is to actually get on that CL350 and do that same hill climb.
Oh, he can.
Right now.
Absolutely.
You can do it.
Now would be
not that
good. I
bad.
mean,
No, right now would suck. It's dark
This
out.
thing's portable, right?
Oh, it doesn't have anything to do
You know
with
There
what?
are deer afoot.
If he can do it, you can do it drunk, dark, and
And Black
slippery.
Bear.
We've got 30 motorcycles.
you saw
on
the
that track.
sign.
That's
It's only
saw the
drunker. It's only drunker, darker, and slipperier than it was before.
yeah.
So the other
Well, tomorrow morning it'll be more hungover and brighter.
Oh, all right.
right. So there's Schadenfreude there, where we get to enjoy your suffering as you do it hungover. Is
Right.
what you're saying.
Exactly.
Either way, if you're doing it drunk, dark, and slippery, it's fun.
I mean,
If
I
you do it
could- I-
hungover, it's fun.
I could
When
definitely
you-
get
It's a
drunk in
win
the
for
morning.
everyone here.
When you
That's
break your
fine.
leg, we have the whole back of the van for you to recuperate in.
That's fine. Yeah.
The free candy van?
Hi, kids. So my
It wouldn't be the first time Dustin was taped up in the back of that van. Hey!
Oh no, Phil taped my leg up in the back of that van before.
Oh, Cleveland.
One leg behind each ear.
my oh shit moment this weekend so far has been I got a brand new Bell Custom 500 helmet, which I love. I normally ride with a full face, but I decided, you know what, fucking Cappy Racer weekend, I'm going. I have my open face helmet, my riding goggles, and I'm enjoying life like no other. I got the wind in my face, bugs in my teeth, and it starts raining sideways. And I found out that full face helmets are a wonderful thing. Front fenders are a wonderful thing. Fairings are wonderful. Basically, anything that keeps you from being waterboarded on your motorcycle.
Anything with an F in front of it.
Yes, it's just. It
Mike's
has my
collection
vote.
of things that start with F that I love.
I look
Fenders,
so damn
face
cool.
helmets.
And fucking is like
Right.
number 8 on
Right.
the list.
I looked so cool right up until it started raining, and I was drowning on my motorcycle.
Where did you get that full face helmet?
The same place you got his frog togs. Fucking totally dry all the way down from your soaking wet face.
The full face that I have is a HJC. It's an older one that I got. It was discontinued. I picked it up at Motor City Power Sports up in Michigan.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
You were bobbing for bullfrogs earlier? Is that what you were
No,
doing?
I have rain pants.
He looked like he undercoated a cheap car. I mean, he seriously, the fucking guy had black spray on his face that looked like an old-timey pen accident.
You know what that was? That was me.
That's what Efren looked like when he came back.
Yes, we were collecting Kentucky because what they don't tell you when you go through the Nada Tunnel, which is, like you said, it looks like it was hand dug through a mountain.
It was.
Is that
It was,
it's not only completely unlit, only 12 feet tall, and only 12 feet wide. It's seeping water.
Yeah.
It's a river.
So
It's a river.
Yeah,
A river
it
runs through it.
all of that sediment is collecting at the bottom of the tunnel.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And you've got to go through fairly slowly because it's really dark and I have crappy headlights.
So it's nature's ass crack.
Right, and I have a
I think
tinted
it's actually
visor,
more
so
of a
you have to
colon than
raise the
anything.
tinted visor so that you can see.
Yeah.
And then you have to go just fast enough to get that good rooster tail of Kentucky mud
On the front wheel.
off the front wheel.
There's this tiny
Right in the
little
face.
old lady sitting on the outside of the tunnel telling you to go to the light, Carolina. That's how the tunnel works. It's if you don't aim your front tire at the light at the other side of the tunnel, you're gonna
You'll hit the side of
The
it.
only thing I saw was like I made a nice sight. The sight at the end of my barrel was the spray coming off the front of my tire. I just aimed that directly at that
At
lip.
the
The
little
little
tiny
light.
light.
And I was like,
The lady
okay,
with-
we're
yeah.
good.
Just close your eyes and pin it.
Yeah.
We yesterday went on a 40-mile ride that turned into a 92-mile ride due to the use of no navigation whatsoever. We just decided to go on roads that
Do
looked
the use of
interesting.
getting kind of purposely
we
lost.
basically said we wanted to go on every road that looked interesting. Well, we didn't know that every road down here looked interesting. And the rule on Kentucky is just because they start a road does not necessarily fucking mean they're going to finish it. So what they did is they started a road, and the road went from being like a road to being like almost a road. Then it went to being a slightly sketchy-looking road, and then we saw a sign that said
End state
End
maintenance.
state
Yeah, end
maintenance.
state maintenance.
Now that statement alone doesn't mean shit to me. It just means end state maintenance.
Yeah,
What
we
it
blew
should-
that off.
What it should mean is there should just be a little musical
Also the
thing.
road.
No, there should just be a little audio thing playing banjo music all the time, right? because we hit that sign and we didn't know that sign said, beware all ye who enter here, right? Because we didn't know that sign meant you're fucked.
In 5 miles, there's going to be gravel.
Right, so we're hooking around going, oh, this is brilliant. This road's a lot of fun. There's nothing but little baby farmhouses here and there. It is so kick-ass, and the road's getting narrower and narrower, and the road's getting tighter and tinier, and it's so cool. And then all of a sudden, fuck gravel. And so, what do you do when you get to gravel, right? What do you do to gravel?
You pucker.
Well, no, you slow down. You have a group
You
meeting.
used to throttle when you used to tail some your buddy behind.
No, we actually stopped.
We stopped and
we had a meeting.
As modern people that we are,
we consulted our cell phones.
We consulted our iPhones, and we're like, it looks like if we just push through this gravel, we could end up on that road
in
over
5
there.
miles. We'll be in
maybe
that road
5
over there.
miles,
right? So we pushed through another 5 miles of swimming gravel. Now, for people who do gravel,
expecting to hit a road.
Okay, there's a lot of different kinds of gravel.
When he does say 5 miles,
right.
it was more like maybe a mile and a half, but it felt like 5.
Well, swimming gravel is the kind of gravel that the bike can never pick a direction on. And I told these guys, I was like, we're going into gravel. So here's the rule on gravel. Every bike is different. Pick your speed. Don't ride your own fucking ride. Don't pay attention to anybody else. Find your speed for the gravel and stick to it and get through it. Well, we go down a hill, we go around a corner, we go around another corner, we go a little down a little hill. We got to go up a hill. Well, we go up this fucking hill, and the gravel is not just gravel anymore. It's like fucking...
It
like
was like raining down the hill.
Well, and it was like gravel that one of those snow groomers had been on. So it was just like tank track gravel. And my tires just hopping, trying to catch purchase. Bouncing the tire. Nice. That was good. Was that your oboe?
Yeah.
Dustin busted out his butt oboe.
We're in the woodwind section.
I think you need a new reed.
Flew out an over.
We run down this gravel, and I'm like, it's going to get better any minute now. So I see this beautiful downhill slope, and I'm like, downhill slope is good. It's going towards a road. It's going towards a river. There will be a road by the river, I'm certain. We go down this fucking hill, and at the bottom of the hill, there's just fences. There's nothing. There's just, the gravel stops at fences. Why put a gravel road that just goes to fences? Nothing can go there. That's why it was so fucked up. I'm going down, and I'm 25 miles an hour on gravel downhill, and I got to figure out how to stop a street bike before I hit the fucking fence. By the time
street bike with street tires.
Oh, yeah. I turned the bike and
a $12,000 street bike.
Okay, we'll get to that later. I turn the bike around, and as I turn the bike around, I see Shane hockey stopping his way into the fucking turn.
There's this whole deal with people that have only ever ridden on the street, and they take these street bikes on these dirt roads, especially downhill gravel roads.
Yeah.
And you see these guys grab a handful of front brake.
Oh my god!
Like, the bike just immediately falls down.
Oh yeah.
Have you never ridden on dirt before? Ever seen dirt before?
Don't even touch the front brake. Don't go near the front brake.
Just take
You
it
can
off,
literally stand on your back brake and be fine.
Well, then we had the awesome experience that everybody should have of starting a street bike with street tires on a very steep uphill gravel run and getting a bike going on an uphill steep gravel run of like grade crap gravel.
That's actually kind of what starting a Virago sounds like.
I knew I was thinking of something.
Must remind me.
Yeah, it was awesome.
The shitty thing back from that ride was we're coming up. You guys were ahead of me. I was the last in the pack.
Yeah.
And a fucking bee flew in my helmet.
We were wondering what happened to you.
And I'm like, fuck, and I'm trying not to crash in the gravel, so I finally get myself to a stop to attend to this bee buzzing around the side of my face and my helmet.
Man.
So I got that out, and the only thing I could think was like, those guys are up there, they're like, oh fuck, he crashed.
That's what I thought, yeah.
So I see a sign. What is it? The sign says bear lockdown enforcement or some shit. I saw a picture of a warning triangle with a bear on it.
No, it's food lockdown.
Food lockdown.
Yeah.
Bear. And we have a joke at the scooter shop. Our mechanic, Emmy, has to keep the bugs around. She says camping with bears. So you guys got to take your food, put it in the fridge. No food out overnight whatsoever. Camping with bears, camping with bears. So now I finally have a sign that says camping with bears, and it's fucking brilliant. I saw 17 dead snakes. And snakes apparently have a lot of blood in them.
Oh, is that what those were?
I was impressed with how much blood is in a snake.
I ran over a rat today.
You ran over a rat?
Yeah, that was That was
It
an
had it
interesting
coming.
thing. It exploded under my tire. Like I didn't even know Kentucky had rats, and it was like I've lived in cities, so like it was a straight up sewer rat that ran in front of me.
It's
and
called a possum.
No. I know. I live in the country now, so possums are no. But this was a big fat sewer rat, and I was like, we are in the middle of fucking blue gas country. Like, where did a sewer rat? And it popped under my front tire. Like, literally, like popped.
Yeah, the number of
you throttled out of it.
Oh yeah, I just rode right through it. Was like, it's fine.
We saw
He brapped it.
we saw a horse in the back of a pickup truck. Some guy was backing a pickup truck
the white
up.
truck.
Yeah. There was a horse
standing in a pickup.
just standing in a pickup truck.
I will say
Back
that
around
some of
I went around again.
Yeah.
He had it out like on the side of the road.
Yeah, I saw it next time we went
hanging
around.
out,
Yeah,
we
the horse
were
was-
pretty courteous though. Everybody kind of
Everybody backed up. Well, why?
It's a horse.
It's
man.
a horse in the back of a pickup truck. We were driving very loud motorcycles. If that horse would have went ape shit in the back of that pickup truck,
That
that's
truck
the
would've
first
been
thing I
trashed.
thought.
Everyone
Yeah,
would have
right. I mean, because horses naturally don't seem to like loud noises or motorcycles. I've never seen one ride
backs
one.
the pickup truck.
Right. But, or the back of if I'm in the back of a pickup truck and I know that the guy has left me in the middle of the road and there's a herd of motorcycles coming at me, I'm probably, if I'm a horse, I'm probably going to try and get out of the pickup
Could
truck.
you imagine if you were a dude and a herd of horses were coming at
Right,
you?
I would.
I mean,
I would try to get out of the pickup truck.
Get
right.
me the fuck out of this pickup.
It's an
truck,
amazing horse that he didn't try to get out of that pickup truck.
Well, I'm impressed because I don't know if anybody else here has ever put a horse into a horse trailer.
Right.
I have.
It's damn near impossible.
Can you imagine
trying to get one in a pickup truck?
How the fuck did they get it in there?
Up off the ground.
Right.
Dope.
Yeah, they must. Maybe they had a loading.
Lots
Who
and
knows?
lots of dope.
It's
Well-
probably the same way you put
That
the
horse-
Well, I was going to
Uzi
say
in the back of the van.
Right. My technique for loading bikes into the van is
in the back of the van.
I put a carrot in there. the bike's just running.
Kitties too. Is that-
I just back the van up to a cliff, and they naturally back into it. I think he was doing that. I think he was going to drop the axle of the truck into the ditch by the side of the road, so the horse could just kind of walk out onto the ground. But
Can't you
hillbilly.
just ride a fucking horse to where you're going? I mean, isn't that the idea?
Yeah, right. Well, you know.
trailer to
he's
motorcycle.
just-
Saddle up and jump off the back of that
Are
thing.
you
How far
He
are you
gets
coming
much
with a horse?
better mileage on the pickup.
Wait a second. I brought a motorcycle down here in a trailer. What the hell are you
that's what
talking
I was-
about?
Well, this is horse country.
This
so.
is horse country.
Yeah,
that's
but
it.
we're talking 1 horsepower versus I don't know.
A whole lot of them.
Many,
and then,
many.
okay, so we saw a whole bunch of snakes. I saw a live snake right out here that was doing the sneaky
By the
sneaky
guard
thing.
station.
By
I
the
don't know what
guard
that was.
station.
That thing was big.
It was bigger than hell. It was big.
Black,
It was black.
with like a green aqua kind of pattern on the back.
Yeah, I tried to get it with my foot, and then I realized what a dumb idea that was. Because I was like,
looked at it and I was like, should I run over that? I'm
Right.
not sure what it is.
What did his head look like? What shape
oh,
was
I
his
didn't
head?
fucking get that close to it. It's a snake.
Oh, let me get down to this.
Hold
end.
on.
I'm not
I'll tell you
familiar
what
Well,
with
it
it.
is.
Jordan stopped. I nearly ran into him because he stopped to check it out, and I was still looking at the snake. So I nearly ran into him.
Off the road again? And
No.
He meant Logan.
Logan, sorry.
Logan.
Had stopped.
Yeah, I stopped to check the snake.
He stopped to check the snake out, but I was still looking at the
From
snake.
Kentucky.
And
I like to look at snakes.
I nearly ruined 2 brand new I nearly
snake.
just.
What's your favorite part of the snake?
I'm snake.
Zing.
I nearly ruined 2 brand new motorcycles looking at a snake. And that would have been the dumbest crash ever.
Whose snake were you looking at?
Hey!
Well, it's always Catalano's.
Right? Because it's always out. Well, you know.
He was riding back.
Don't you ever feed that thing? Why is it always coming out the feed?
It's always got an apple in its mouth.
I thought that was a fucking baby's on. Troop of cookie dough. Who knows?
It's a baby's arm holding an apple.
Right. Yeah, that's right. All right.
For a guy who will run through science fiction books for half an hour, this dude spends an awful lot of time without pants on.
Yeah, fair game.
He
Yeah.
enjoys the hell out of
I'm
the ring as well,
multifaceted.
but, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like
But
an ogre.
anyway, I think
And ogres are like an onion.
Cylinder so far.
All right. So now, in this entire campsite, when we got here, there were 2 people in this entire area. There's a compound here of several beautiful lodges and cabins, but we're not in all of them. So last night when we got here, there was a couple in one of the other cabins, right?
Yeah.
So now I only met the gentlemen when they were loading up their vehicle this morning, getting out.
As fast as they could.
Yes.
But somebody told me that they took out of their cabin one of them Liberator sex pod things with the harnesses and the
Yeah,
wheels.
so they're
That
going
was
down the
just the
stairs.
Liberator. Not just the Liberator. The wedge.
The wedge.
I saw
The
that.
Liberator.
The ramp.
Yeah,
You guys are awfully familiarized with these terms. And
So they had a whole
devices.
sexual
I'm in
skate
design.
park.
Yeah, they
Dude, we all read Playboy. The ads are in there big as hell.
They set up their own the literal sexual skate park. In
They
the
built a
cabin.
sexual skate park in the cabin over here.
Yeah, but here's the thing: they had the black version.
Yeah.
So like the ramp had like the arm restraints and all
Yeah,
this stuff.
right on.
And they're trying to go all like down the ramp or down the
Under your
stairs,
ass.
all
Yeah.
sheepish, like, oh, hope these motorcycle guys don't see our sex toys.
Right,
And they're all,
yeah.
like, giggly, like looking. You know, like he's like trying to throw it in the back of the SUV, and I'm over there like,
As he
I see what you did last
Now,
night.
Logan, I have a question because you mentioned they had the black version, so it's got the arm restraints. Are there different colors that don't have arm restraints?
What does that denote?
Yeah, the
Like a
pink
different-
doesn't have.
They have a series
No,
of
like the white one comes with roofies.
Yeah, right. They have a series of regular ones that are just normal ramps and whatever the
regular
hell you
sex
do.
ramps as opposed to those really creepy sex ramps.
Well, then they have the black, which is basically all of the regular versions.
Does it come with a safe word?
But it comes with no.
It's printed on it. It's embroidered on it. It says armadillo.
Land's End style. You can
Misty Pepper.
typeface.
So they had now wait. So they had the wedge. They had the Liberator. So they had at least
I
two
think
different.
Liberator is the company
Okay, all right.
who
all
makes
right.
these,
but-
like the wedge.
now it's like
the
The wedge
ramp.
is literally just like a
The
little
wedge is a
ramp.
skate ramp. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen
like,
that.
I'm gonna.
And they have
ramp my
another
balls
one that's
into you.
shaped like a
Somehow,
French.
That's gonna
right.
happen, right?
Oh, they have another one that's shaped like a bit of a French curve, right?
Right.
So they had that one too,
These are such American.
And then the
sex toys.
harnesses.
and they had the harness kit.
Yeah,
too.
so the
getting up
black
on your knees
version
too
has
hard
all
for
the
you.
harnesses like
Right.
on the
right. It's the
thing.
bondagey one. Right?
Yeah. It's the whatever.
So as
down
we were
there
out here
and
drinking
sleeping.
and
No, they
talking
left.
about dumb motorcycles
Right.
and midgets or whatever,
Right.
they were in there enjoying their sex.
My
swing,
point
their
is
sex
that at
art,
some point last night, somebody came out, somebody that was very courteous and obviously is worried about their deposit, came out and told us, well, it's after 11 o'clock, it's midnight now, though. We should stop and probably be quiet because we are not the only people here. Had we known last night that they were in there with Liberator toys and giant cushions
I
and a
would've
sexy skate park, we would have been, this whole thing would have been different. We would have busted out the fireworks.
Let's do fireworks tonight.
Who's carrying?
There would have been choruses of hallelujah going on.
Well, not
here.
only that, but we
knew
would have been-
that that's what really.
We would have been stacked up like totem poles to look through the windows.
Yeah, right. Like, hey, you want on my shoulders? Because you might be gonna.
It would have looked like a Three
hold my
Stooges
camera.
Yeah,
routine.
exactly.
Exactly.
Inside that cabin or outside the cabin?
Oh, well, yeah, fair game.
The street house is rocking.
Hey, if the door's unlocked, we're
I enjoy sex.
yeah. I mean,
And I enjoy,
No, it's off.
Oh, really?
something,
You heathen.
a little out of the ordinary. But I've never
Philistine.
I've never required a stage crew.
I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like,
They had roadies, right?
I can roll my balls up a ramp. So like, it's fun to have that. But so I understand why they were afraid
If you do real well,
Always 20s.
Always 20s.
You guys play skee ball with balls. I play with my balls. That's a whole different.
The bar return doesn't work. The bar return doesn't work.
Well, she should be playing with your balls, not you.
I
no,
just
it's
think it's
fine.
funny
I'll
that you're going to go away for a romantic weekend in a cabin in the middle of forest somewhere so you can be away from your kids and all that's great and that's cool. But God damn it, make sure we bring the minivan because we got to have room for these sex pillow
sex
cushion.
toys, yeah.
No, really what it is sex furniture.
Oh, it is furniture.
right.
It's
It's
more,
sex
more
furniture.
furniture.
It's
than
sex
toys. I
furniture.
agree.
I guess you really think about the outside fact of it is they did that. Let's go do this. We're
Right.
gonna do something kinky. It's their first time doing it. Well, let's go do this. We're kind of apprehensive about it.
I guess
And then we
us
fucking
assholes
wrecked it
show
for
up.
them.
No, we totally wrecked it
we
for
We're
didn't
the
wreck
best,
anything,
loudest
man.
neighbors they could possibly be.
These cabins have got exposed beams and trusses all over them.
Oh, yeah.
With the tie-down straps on my trailer, you can do kinkier things than have ever been imagined. You don't need furniture to do it.
Prove it.
Right? You prove it. Right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
We do have a lot of beer.
As usual, the motorcycle events do tend to be a sausage party.
We have 3 unopened 30 packs of highlights.
If you are a lady who likes good odds, Let me recommend motorcycle events.
I have a Sausage Flare that I will hand out to any lady that wants to use it. Like,
I love that we're making fun of two people who came out here, and while we were all out dicking around on the deck, we're having crazy sex for what must have been several hours.
Right.
If you bring a machine to do it.
Yeah.
So I
While
think
we're
if you bring a
drinking
machine
beer
to
and
do it.
thinking about having sex, they're actually enjoying sex toys.
I was
you
just
know.
talking about other stuff.
Oh, I
too.
came here to get away from all the
That's what was
sex.
going on.
They had a hidden midget. I don't know if you guys saw the hidden midget.
The hidden
but
midget?
That's why they were
brought
getting
one
because
out.
you didn't catch him heave that guy into the
Hey,
back.
I overlooked that.
Oh, hey! It was under my radar.
It must have been short-sighted.
Some sorts.
Oh, the puns are afloat.
You were shortchanged.
You so punny.
Make it in.
But if you guys do put pictures up tomorrow, we're gonna actually stop places. And go
What?
Look at all the
we're-
crazy shit that's around
We,
here.
we have discussed the fact that
I've ridden by like 1,000 things
Right.
that say
Right,
"An
we've-
amazing thing over this direction.
we all enjoy spirited riding.
I know.
As we're spiriting
We
riding,
did
like,
65 miles an hour past things that said like historical area.
this natural beauty that's
World's
been in
greatest
thousands
natural
of years.
thing.
Flying by at 65 miles an hour, going, hey, fuck you, natural beauty.
Well, because
We're on motorcycles.
the important sign was the sign that said this curve 35 miles an hour, and I'm thinking, hey, if I can do 65, that'd be really cool.
Oh, yeah. This whole, I will tell you, they have been religious on the signage. Every sign is dead on, and all the turn signs are perfectly marked. Like, if it says it's a 15-mile-an-hour
It is a
turn,
50-mile-an-hour turn.
right on. It's like
times two.
Well, our rule is times two. My internal thing is always take the sign and double it. And that has been clockwork. Like a couple of those 15-mile-an-hour turns were like proper dragon style tap hands coming in and going out kind of turns. They were right on the money.
Now, with the rain,
Yeah.
15 was
No, well, the rain.
pretty accurate.
Yeah, the rain
I mean,
throws in
yeah.
a factor, right?
Like,
the rain's definitely been a
Everybody
factor.
who's not holding an AHRMA card
the
right now is like,
Virago's
whoa,
rear
I mean,
wheel
like,
literally
35 seconds.
jumping
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
those turns.
Dude, I
because
could
of the
drift
rain.
that Virago,
Yeah.
which is still.
As I was
I
hitting
hear us- I'm
straight
saying, I drifted
I
the
watched
Virago.
You don't hear
it
that
like
often.
this.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Virago Drift Team.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
I think Yamaha
XCR
really missed a marketing gold mine.
Hey, Fluke, can I have another High Life, please? Sure. Out of the High
Now,
Life
there
cooler.
are several people today that have come back look like mud pies with grins.
I know.
So
Yeah.
I just noticed that someone drank a Boddington's.
Yes.
Who brought Boddington's? Because that's
Actually,
awesome.
Efren did.
That'd be me.
I would like some
We opened
bodies.
the
like,
podcast.
We
with
launched the
opening
podcast
Boddingtons.
with the Boddingtons.
No one
they're all
even
gone
told me
now.
there was bodies here. Like,
There's only one.
He snuck them in.
The same guy
Snuck
that
him in.
brought multiple jars of moonshine.
oh, there is
No,
shine
we
here
didn't
as well.
bring
I
any of
have
that.
Newcastle. Would you like a Newcastle?
He's a fucking uppity drinker, I'm telling
You
you.
understand? You understand
No, thank you.
Where has that been hiding all
His
week?
name's
I got 11 more down there. I'll
That's
put-
true. With a name like Ephraim,
Bush from
right. With a guy named Ephraim, he better either be well-heeled or Amish, I suppose. Yeah.
As a public
missing the
service
beard
announcement to
above
any
that.
Newcastle drinker,
It's just
the
carpet.
Newcastle River is
Go
the
fuck
most
yourself.
polluted river
Right,
in
exactly.
England.
Right.
Do not drink Newcastle. And I'm done. Boddington's, good to go. Guinness, good to go. But
I'm
Newcastle
fairly
is,
sure they don't just skim it out of the river.
Oh, they absolutely.
Hey, if
The
they skim
browner
it out of
the
river,
water,
this
the
is
more
good
minerals
shit.
It says surf cool right on the can, man.
The grosser the water looks, the less they actually have to put beer in it.
Yeah,
It just
it's-
looks like water.
you go.
Looks like beer anyway.
Who are the unfortunate bastards that actually bought the campsite at the end of our turn-in? Because
The
those
Boy
people...
Scouts
Scouts of America.
Boy
yeah.
Scouts,
Boy Scouts of
yeah.
America?
There are like 5,000 12-year-old kids right down there right now who have not gotten to be able to do shit all day.
Well,
There's also
Oh,
the
man.
like
You should
18
probably talk to your
Harleys
PO.
that haven't moved since
Right.
Wednesday.
That's
They're
true.
not bothered.
Yeah. When we...
And every time we drop by, they're always like,
The one thing I'll say about the Boy Scouts, every time we ride by the troops of Boy Scouts, they either wave
Right.
or they do the Papa Wheelie sign.
Right. Oh, they. I gave
And,
him a
like,
few wheelies today.
They don't really understand that my little FCR 400
That's
does
funny.
not really like to pick the front wheel up because it doesn't have the power to do so. I would have to clutch the front wheel
Unless
up, and
you're
I'd probably
like
fall
12
over
grand.
backwards, and it would be
Right,
very
that's-
evil. Like so,
But it would sound great.
it would sound fantastic, but you know. As I slid down the road, waving back to the freaking Boy Scouts, like, "Hey, Eric, my
Wasn't that
motorcycle
awesome?
and
I did
broke
that just
my
for you.
leg."
At least
Hope
you
your
know they
scout
have
leader's
first
not
aid
creepy.
under control.
They
would all get merit badges.
1,200 Boy Scout guys putting splints on my leg, which would be fantastic.
Right, they would all get their
They would all get
motorcycle
their
crash merit badges. It'd be awesome. A picture of a broken motorcycle and a little embroidered patch.
We saw a wreck.
We saw a wreck. What did you do this summer? I put together a tibia. I got my compound fracture merit badge. Thanks to a very generous motorcycle rider who decided to crash 50 feet from my tent.
Thanks to a do the tonner.
Oh, I was feeling bad because we always do this.
Thanks to a murder wolf.
Exactly. There's a problem when we get together for motorcycle rides, when we do the Dragon or whatever, the campsites, there's always this, like, as you're approaching the campsite, there's always a road coming to or from the campsite, and there's, like, always mass, ribald, fucking sheer testosterone wheelie contests that happen on the road the last 200 feet to where we park. Yeah. Right? It's the show-off moment. Look, all my friends are there. I'm going to do a little wheelie and something. Have fun.
I have a bigger cock than you.
Right.
Everyone takes the ride into the parking lot at full RPM.
Oh, right. Yeah, they got to hear me coming.
I'm coming in at red line, bitch.
So I come down the wooded tunnel here, and I'm like, and I was all jazzed up. We just had a great ride, and it had not yet started raining. Again. So I'm feeling really, really chuffed about the whole thing. The ride couldn't have been better, and I may have had a beer or 3 or 4, but so I'm coming in the little tunnel, and I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to do a very loud, spectacular wheelie. And then I saw a baby in a stroller. And I suddenly became a responsible fucking human being. And it was like the only time ever I didn't rev it unnecessarily. I didn't do something stupid because there was a very adorable baby.
Oh, look at that baby. Actually, you know what?
And I came in so cool, and I came in all like gentleman, and I was
I'm
like,
just going to cut it here.
I'm going to cut it here and post it.
Because honestly, Phil and I are a little older than most of the crowd here. Not all the crowd, but most of the crowd.
I'm older than you.
And the baby in the stroller is the beginning of every horrendous highway safety
Yes,
video.
exactly.
That's so true. Ever seen.
And the worst thing is, here's the game. I'm going to tell you a little fact about life in modern technology where everybody has a video camera on them at all times. If you are about to do something you think is cool, and there is more than one video camera phone pointed at you at the moment, don't fucking do it. You're about to become a meme, right? You're about to become some crazy video, because if you think, I'm going to do something cool right now, and you look up and see a camera pointed at you, stop. Don't do it.
No.
You won't go, it'll be fine. Everything will be cool. But if you decide to pull off the most awesome wheelie you've ever done, and there's cameras pointing at you, you just gave the best thing ever, a gift to your friends, but you will eat it huge. If nobody's looking, you'll pull it off great every time. If nobody's there to see it, it'll be the best wheelie you ever did in your life.
Dustin's burnout this morning.
Dustin's burnout this morning.
That was pretty good.
Now, what I will say is Dustin had 4 burnout attempts. While he was,
it's hard on the CB1.
Okay,
that is a hard bike to fucking pull a burnout
it has one torque.
Yeah.
Right.
And it has one torque.
10,000 RPM.
And one torque, and it all happens at 10,000 RPM.
Yeah. You have to fucking set that bike up just right.
Fairly
to get a
good
burnout.
tire, and your front tire's on wet pavement.
Yeah.
Because you're not using like a burnout chalk, because you're not a Harley asshole douchebag.
No,
quick
fucking
mistake
it's a 400.
We didn't throw water on the
We didn't throw water or
Yeah.
oil or bleach down to make it smoky burnout. So he made 3 attempts at doing a smoky burnout, which gave all of us enough time to get out our very, very slow iPhone operating system video cameras. And so by the time he actually gave us a burnout, there were a lot of cameras pointing at him. So that's one way to do it, is to Evel Knievel it. Do 3 or 4 false attempts to make sure everybody's getting the camera out. And then do your smoky burnout. Yeah.
But if you started with "Here, hold my beer," you absolutely know it's going
For
to
the
be
reals. Yes.
That would have been the burnout that turned into the wreck.
Yes.
So
yes.
Our first ride out yesterday.
Yeah.
I was 7 beers deep and thought I was fine to ride.
Right. Yeah.
I got halfway through our loop and sobered up.
Right.
And then
you were terrified.
About 3 miles later, I had a hangover. And by the time I got back here, it was like, why in the fuck did I ever get on a motorcycle?
Right. Yeah.
Please, folks, do not.
Do not drink and ride. We don't condone it whatsoever.
When we took off the one time, man, you were crossing the sideline.
Oh, yeah.
the outer
last
marker.
time we took off, I was just like,
road. You gotta
Yeah.
understand this. Like,
They went to the trouble of
I was
paving it
wondering
from
if
side
you were
to side.
okay.
Why
Like,
would you disrespect
you were
them by
going
not
over the
using all of it?
sideline. You were
I have-
getting to the rumble strip. I'm like, is he all right?
I've discovered this, that if you can see through a corner,
Right.
the entire road is mine.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it will give me a better line if I
Right.
use all of the
Well, yeah,
shoulder
you're racing the
and all
Isle of
the
Man
other wing.
TT, but we're just going around roads in Kentucky.
Yeah, we're mom and her minivan coming head on into the other
Like,
lane.
I have to see through the corner. I'm
Right. He's not
gonna
going to
use
do
the
it
other
blind.
wing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I'll get you a
We're
periscope.
talking about having 7 years deep, and then carefully sighting through the corner.
Right. Yeah. I'm 7 beers deep, but I'm gonna make a very good line through a corner. So
I didn't realize how scary the roads were until I sobered up.
Right. Exactly. Wait. No. I don't want to be on this motorcycle anymore.
What am I doing?
Yeah, I'm done.
Thank God I'm not walking.
I would have fallen down.
Or there were a horse in the back of my truck.
Thank God for horsepower.
That's awesome.
Oh shit!
I imagine there were 7 or 12 or 30 beers involved in putting a horse in the back of a truck.
Oh my God! I want to go do it now.
Well, the horse is going to drink at least twice that much.
To me, that's the only way you put a fucking horse on a truck is like, hey, 1 for me and 3 for the horse, and 1 for me and 3 for the horse, and the horse.
Trust me, Trigger. This is a good idea. You're going to really like this. When was the last time you went for a ride in a truck? It's going to be great. You can hang your head out the side, hang your tongue out.
We'll go to the drive-through. I'll get you whatever you want.
The dogs love it.
Now, I would absolutely love driving through a drive-through with a horse in the back of the truck.
Right.
Just, I mean, you know.
Down, Betsy.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, can I get a bacon cheeseburger, fries, and a large Coke? Hey, Wilbur, what do you want there, bud?
He always wants a salt lick.
Oh, can you get salt licks? No. Okay. Can I just get like the salt for the fries? Just give me the entire shaker because Wilbur's really wants the salt.
I like a large order of fries. Hold the fries.
Hold the
add
fries.
the salt.
I'll just take the salt.
Just
the
take
salt.
the
shaker.
salt.
We're good.
A
Yeah.
lot of extra salt.
I would just love to like pull up to a place where I was going to ride my horse and sit in the cab and like, all right, so part 1, get the horse to the place. Got
Right.
that down.
Got that down.
Now we got to get
Got
the
that
horse
down.
out of the truck.
Right.
Yeah. Wait,
That's easy. I've seen that commercial. You just drive really fast and then hit the brakes.
wait. Don't horses jump naturally?
Well, I would say,
So
yeah.
you could just say, "Hey, get the fuck out of the truck,"
Fuck out of the truck.
and the horse goes, "All right,
That's a
fuck, all right,
German
there we go."
horse.
I think that's exactly why firecrackers were invented.
Yeah. Hey, are you looking at
horses out of
the
trucks.
All right. This is an M80. I'm going to introduce you. So that's the back of the truck where you want to go. So I'm going to light this and put it right next to you and say,
Yeah.
"Good luck, Wilbur. I'm out." And it will
This is a
naturally
horse.
find the
I'm
exit
sure
of the truck.
actually that's already
This
on
is a
YouTube.
horse.
Like,
Which
this is how you get a
are
horse out of
smart
a truck.
Okay.
But I'm assuming that in its life experience, it's never seen an explosive device.
Right.
No,
you
but
can't show a horse
fire-
So you're going to light this thing, and it's going to go, what the fuck is that?
Right.
And
Now-
it's going to get real close and go, oh, it smells like shit. And then it's going to explode.
And then you get a blind
Hey,
horse.
you know what's gonna happen? That fucking horse is gonna get the fuck out of the truck. Like, now it may be missing an eye or part of a nostril or whatever, but I bet you that horse is out of the truck. Like,
Maybe the part of the story we're missing is like an hour earlier.
Welcome to the Cleveland Moto Animal Abuse Podcast.
The guy's condoning.
We just lost
his
all the
sobbing-
PETA listeners.
His sobbing daughter, like, no, I promise, I'll take the horse to a farm somewhere.
Somewhere.
And I'll let him go.
I'll let him go.
I'm not gonna shoot the horse. I promise.
He's going to play with all of my cats and dogs and that goldfish that I'm sure was not flushed down the toilet.
Honey, I want to go kayaking at the Gorge. No.
I think Dustin has now sneezed
Yeah,
22
my
times in
God.
a row. So you know.
We're trying to ignore it so it'll go
My
away.
sinuses have just taken over.
We treat it like it's herpes.
It's hiccups. Hiccups.
It's like luggage.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
Oh, my
only-
God.
If only.
Jesus
ignoring
Christ, somebody give that
herpes
man a
made it-
towel or a shower.
We've unfortunately discovered that Dustin is allergic to unformatted podcasts.
I'm allergic to talking about horses.
Not only is he allergic to horses, just the mention of horses makes him sneeze, ladies and gentlemen.
Freaking horrible. So the Harley guys, I saw the Harley guys when he came in, and
Are we gonna shit on Harley people?
No, as a general
No.
rule, in the podcast, it's your job to shit on Harley people. Dustin's job to
Usually.
back you up, and my job to defend Harley Davidsons as a product, but not necessarily the people who tattoo them on your body. But so they didn't move. They didn't move. I pulled in.
I saw the bikes move.
Did you?
They went for
off the trailer on the
literally.
trailer.
Right.
There was a couple of.
We need you in here for a minute.
There was a couple of. There was like a Harley dude with a Goldwing trike.
Oh, okay. All
They
right.
literally went for a 5-minute ride.
Right.
Returned, put them back on the trailers.
Jesus Christ.
Went back to drinking.
I cannot believe.
Now, I have no problem with drinking. I don't want to. But
now,
you know,
to set the form, to basically give you the scene, if you're listening to this podcast, picture a deck suspended 75, 80 feet over a parking lot, or an impossible cliff, 1,000 stairs to get up to where we are in truly Hitler's eagle nest of wooden, awesome majesty. And
remarkably, nobody's fallen out of yet.
Right. I was sitting on the corner of the fucking rail over there last night, perched up on the corner, and I looked over my shoulder and realized if I fell, I'd be dead before I landed. It was fucking ridiculous. So I hooked my leg on one of the rails, just in case.
Right, safety first.
So if I fell back, I would just be dangling there, and I know all of you would come to my fucking rescue.
we were all asleep already.
Waters fell off the fucking deck. But we are surrounded by the carcasses of fucking really good beer and a lot of shit beer. And I'm always impressed by, like, some people bring really, really good beer to drink to these things, and we always just drink High Life. Like, we drink shit beer a lot of the time,
and we always bring a lot of it.
And we always bring way too much of it, and we always end up taking some home, which is weird, and I kind of feel like I've failed as an adult every time that happens. And then we smoke all the cigarettes on the planet, and we all get cigarette hangovers, and it's nasty. But like right now, I see almost 7 identical coolers. Like, we all own the same shit. Like, somebody told us to go out and get red coolers with white tops. Yeah, like, that's a rule. And
I got my cooler back from the Do the Ton meet from 4 years ago.
Right, they were watching it for you.
Yeah, well, it's been passed around between Do the Ton members.
It didn't move the entire time.
Yeah. It finally made it here.
Yeah.
the beautiful thing of the return of your cooler was that it was
stocked
with beer.
That's
hey,
amazing.
here's your cooler. Oh, and by the way, I filled it with beer.
Your cooler's full of beer.
Yeah,
that's genius.
Yeah,
that's good.
I know we've had it for 4 years, but here it is back.
If you've seen the size of the gas tank on my Ford Econoline, you'd never borrow it by that principle.
Right.
Can I give one of you guys my empty bag of weed when I take
Right,
exactly. See in a couple of years.
This I guarantee this held an ounce. I guarantee this Ziploc baggie held an ounce. I guarantee it. Yeah, of Kush. It was really
the deal with your Miller High Life. Like, I'm a beer drinker and I enjoy a good beer. So when I start the night, I generally start with good beer.
Yeah, we started good beer yesterday.
Yeah. And then once I'm drunk, the High Life is just fine.
Yeah, it's just like
that's my same theory for picking up women.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm with you.
Shoot, the fourth or fifth
right
one in
at
the
the beginning of the night, I go for all the prettiest girls, and then as I have more and more beer, I lower my standards.
Do you
What's
continue to
funny
bring each
is
of these girls on, or do you, like, by the end of the night, you only bring home the highlight?
You
only bring home the highlight.
I only bring home married women.
I only rent beer, so I'm going to let you draw your own conclusions.
Right.
Well, the funny thing is, our recording unit right now is supported by like 330.
Well, that is the funny thing. I was going to
It's
say.
an unopened pack, which really makes me kind of sad. It hurts my heart a bit.
Our stack.
The bottom one is not unopened.
Our recording unit is held up on a stack of beers.
Our tripod is literally the Beers of Mexico variety pack, which is fucking hilarious.
You can tell it's authentic because it's got the upside down exclamation point.
It does.
In front of
yes,
variety.
in front of variety pack. It's like variety pack. Right. It's
You
the
can say-
loudest variety pack
How do you
ever.
say variety with a Spanish accent? Variety.
Viva variety.
You sound like an Italian.
I am Italian, so that's kind of how it comes out.
Sorry. Nothing you can do about that.
I'm sorry. This is Mike Catalano.
I will say that the warning on the Beers of Mexico thing says, "Please fiesta responsibly."
Oh yeah, Fiesta.
That's really
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's fucking hilarious.
No,
Way to go.
I am a
Well,
Mexican
damn, I fucked
descent.
that up hours ago.
So, yeah, on that bombshell, I'm going to say we're signing off from the spring thaw of the Rust Revival and support your local chapter of Do the Ton. If you're not on Do the Ton forum, go to Do the Ton forum. It's a great place to meet people like this and do events like this because they have forums pretty much
able to
everywhere.
hang out with idiots like us.
And the Do the Ton thing is not just these people. There are Do the Ton chapters all over the place. and they do. They put this was an amazing event. I'm really glad that we come down and we're a big part of it. Getting down here is 6.5 hours in the van. For some people, it's 12.5 hours on a motorcycle. But you get down here and it's a fucking great way to get away from everything that you hate that's back in the world. And you get to come down and be around other people that give a shit about motorcycles for a while.
There's bears.
And there's fucking bears.
There are bears.
And snakes.
And exploded snakes.
Bears, snakes. Bears, snakes, and a lot of dead snakes.
Rats as
and
well.
exploding rats. Right.
And
also with schools.
Yeah, so there's got to be something where you live where it's fun to ride, or find somewhere it is fun to ride.
And our listenership is like so broad. Like, we have
it matters.
India.
She's huge.
Yeah. Do the same thing wherever you are. I don't
Do the
care
Indian
where
time?
you are.
To all you guys in India that love to listen to us, we're sorry you can't do this.
No, they can do this. Why can't they?
That's the whole thing. Like,
And you know what?
I'm not going to ride there.
Right.
Yeah, and you know what? Do a podcast and tell us how it is in India.
Right, yeah,
to be
exactly.
a drunken lot of idiots.
Do India Moto.
Right.
Yeah.
New Delhi Moto.
Yeah, let us subscribe to your podcast.
Welcome to New Delhi Moto.
Oh, we just
Way to go, asshole! Way to go!
now,
Hey, what do black people sound like?
I get it so further by saying that all Indian listeners are panchads or matachads.
Right.
But that would probably be really bad. So
Right.
we're going to say that Dustin's was worse. Than
Do you actually know like Indian insults?
I do, yeah.
You got to be able to be a dick in any culture.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a good point. Actually, that's how you know
You are a multicultural dick.
You are an international world traveler when you can
See, it looks
insult
like a
people
barber pole.
in their home. Right. Nice. Jesus
Excellent.
Christ.
So I just said sister fucker and motherfucker in India.
Is there like an insanity
Hindi.
threshold
Hindi.
we're trying
Hindi.
to reach?
So on that bombshell, play that back and you can learn how to say sister fucker and motherfucker in Hindi.
Yes, yeah.
Because that's important.
Yeah.
Or you
For
can just
everyone.
talk like
Right.
me and offend everybody.
Okay, tech support. All right. And with that, remember, drive fast and take chances.